VLSos here. This is a video lesson on like terms. First, let's define what a term is, and then we can say what it means for two or more terms to be like. A term is a math expression of numbers and variables being multiplied or divided. But what's missing from this definition is addition or subtraction. So a term is going to be a mathematical expression like 3x. 3x is a term, it's a number and a variable x being multiplied. But if I included addition, then the 3x and the 4x would be different terms. The addition is separating the 3x and the 4x into two separate terms. So what does it mean to be like terms? Like terms are terms that have the same variable component. Not just the same variable, but the same variable component. What we mean by that, we'll take some examples. For example, 3x and 4x are two terms. Let's make a note of that. And they are like terms because they have the same variable component. They have an x in each term and only a single x in each term. So this is 3 times x and 4 times x. Like terms can be combined. We can simplify this by combining the 3x's and the 4x's to make a total of 7x. Like terms can be combined. But if terms are not like terms, if they have a different variable component, then they may not be combined. Let's get another example of this. We could be asked to simplify, and what we're given is an expression of many terms. In this case, t minus 7y plus 3t plus 2 plus 9y plus 7. This is a long expression. It has many terms. The addition and subtraction are separating terms. We have a t term, 7y, that's negative, a 3t, a 2, a 9y, and a 7. We can only combine terms that are like, meaning they have the same variable component. So let's begin with this first term, which is just a t, 1t. It can't be combined with the negative 7y, different variable. The 3t term is a like term with the t because they share the same variable component. This term and the 3t term can be combined to make a total of 4t. We're going to combine as many as we can. The negative 7y has a variable component y. It can be combined with this 9y, and when they're combined, a negative 7y and a 9y will make a total of 2y, which is positive, so we can put a plus out front. We have a simple term of 2. Its variable component is that it does not have a variable. The 2 is not multiplying a variable. We can combine it with this term of 7 because the term of 7, its variable component is that it doesn't have a variable. So these are like terms, and the positive 2 and the positive 7 can be combined to make 9. And it's positive, so we can put a plus out front. So we had 3 sets of like variables that we combined, like terms that we combined to simplify. Let's get another example. X plus 2x y minus 3x squared plus 4. We have 4 terms, an x term, a 2xy, a negative 3x squared, and the number 4 as a term. Are there any like terms? If we take a look at this first term with an x, we're looking for a term that has the same variable component of x. The 2xy does not, because the variable component of this term is x times y. There are 2 variables that are multiplying each other. That's not the same thing as the single variable x. We take a look at the negative 3x squared term, and even though we're using the same letter to represent the same variable x, the negative 3x squared does not have a variable component that is the same as just the x. The variable component of negative 3x squared is x squared, and x squared is different than an x that is not being squared. So these 2 terms, though they share the same letter, do not have the same variable component. This 4 is a term that has no variable. So its variable component is that it does not have a variable. We can't combine any of these terms. They all have a different variable component, even though x is being used in 3 of them. X is not being used in the same way, so none of these are like terms. Nothing can be combined. 4 terms, no like terms.